Josie here. Welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit of a part 2 of a first video that I'll leave the link to, which I talked about this custom pen roll that I made all from hand-dyed fabrics, which is a little bit of a side project that I love to do apart from my illustration. So I thought I'd talk to you today about the little limited palette that I created from choices from the big wheel to include in this for when I travel. So let's get started. So there can be some challenges in picking just 12 colours for a limited palette. Obviously when I'm in the studio I have all the colours at my reach at all times. But this I think is a good way to challenge yourself, to grow your colour knowledge and grow your use and knowledge of colours in particular, rather than just gravitating to your pre-made mixes at all times. So there is some positive, albeit stressful to limit yourself to just 12, but there is some positives in doing this in that way. So let's go through the ones that I picked and why I picked them. So if you know me and my art, you know that I love a muted palette and a more softer sort of look to my illustrations. So buff titanium is obviously one that I use quite a bit to sort of dull colours down, mute colours, create neutrals, that sort of thing. So it's a massive workhorse in my palette. So all of these are, I should just note, they're all Daniel Smith except for two. The red and the ultramarine blue are a Winsor Newton, and I'll explain a little bit more why when I get to them. So that first one was your buff titanium in your Daniel Smith. Next is geothite. It's got a little bit of a reddy yellow sort of separation that happens when you put it out. If you know my art as well, you know I don't use yellow, if at all. So this would probably be a colour that I would use more for those yellow sort of tones, along with the next one, which is Mont Amiata Natural Sienna. So they, when I'm mixing and in need of a yellow, they're the ones that I would turn to more than a traditional yellow. And that's just really a personal choice thing. So this is the first of the Winsor Newton. It is Brown Madder. I love this sort of cooler red sort of shade that it has. There is a match in Daniel Smith, the Quinn Burnt Scarlet. Both are create very lovely water splashes and salt techniques and that sort of thing. I just prefer the Winsor Newton, just it's slightly a nicer shade for me. The lavender from Daniel Smith. Most of these that I've chosen for the 12 are high granulators. This one makes some gorgeous blues, gorgeous greens, just a lovely sort of cooler shade blue and green to add. Then we have Cobalt Blue Deep, which is a Winsor Newton colour, very similar to Ultramarine Blue, just much more pigmented and punchy and much more effective in granulation, that sort of thing. It's sort of got a higher granulation count, I think. Wisteria, gorgeous mixed with any colour. In Amethyst Genuine, gorgeous sort of a metallic shimmer to it. I love it mixed with greens. It's a lovely shade to use to create some neutral tones. Payne's Blue Grey. Same again, I use this one quite a bit to create neutrals and your shadow colours. My two favourite greens are Serpentine and Cascade Green. And and Rare Green Earth. This one's similar sort of reasons to the Payne's Blue Grey. I just love mixing it with anything and everything, especially the purples, and creating neutral tones, that sort of thing. As you can see, I don't use a lot of the yellow, as I said, but also darker blacks, that sort of thing. I mostly use my complementary colours to create those on my own. And so that rounds out my palette. I'll probably change this up from time to time, add extra colours in as I find ones that are good mixes and mix with a lot of colours to create a lot of variety. Most of them were chosen just for the reason that they're huge workhorses, so they mix well with other colours. They create great neutrals, they have really good splashy effects, high granulation, that sort of thing. So just ones that you get a lot of bang for your buck if you're only wanting to look at using 12 colours and limit your palette. So I hope that was helpful for you guys to get a little bit of insight into, if I have to limit myself to just 12, what colours would be my favourite choices and why. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and thank you so much for watching.